Where are we?
Hello, we are here. There we are. He's a magician. I bet he wishes he could do that in real life.
I wish I could.
Just make me disappear and make me reappear when he wants
I
me.
wish I could make us both disappear and be on a ship somewhere else right now.
That's going to happen.
Okay, what do we got here? It looks like, what does this button do? It's episode number 298. And yeah, stress.
That's supposed to be green, so that's something to do with your transparency.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks.
Stress-free backup with these Google Photos new features.
Yeah, I think we need to have different stresses on us. We don't have enough stress going on here, do
Oh, a little bit of stress is good. Kind of keeps you alive, but some things you'd rather not worry
we?
about.
Yeah. Well, we are an educational show about smartphones and technology with us Geeks on Tour, and I will find us here just in a few minutes. Come on. Chris always has a quick tip. What do you have there, Chris?
Well, today, since this is about a couple of new features in Google Photos, I just kind of stressing the fact that Google Photos is changing all the time. And there's not that I can find, there's no official list of what's been updated. So I try to keep one. And I want to show you that. If you go to geeksontour.com/GP updates, what does GP stand for?
Google Photos.
Okay, so we go to geeksontour.com and then you just need to type in the address bar /GP. I want you to know about a new feature, updates. And that takes you to this page, Google Photos Update History. And every time I notice a change or a new feature, I add a paragraph. It will start with the date that I notice it and the chapter of my book that is affected. So if you have the book, you could go through these and you could write little notes in the chapters about what's gone on. And it goes back. I've been keeping this for years. So my recommendation is that if you use Google Photos and you want to keep up, to just come here every couple months and read the new updates that I've written down. So for example, something that we're going to be dealing with today is called Undo Backup. And here it is right here. It was announced on December 6th. It affects chapter 2 in the book. And here is what it's all about. So that is my quick tip, how to get a list of Google Photos updates.
Okay. What else do we have? Hi, Jim. I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. And do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about these amazing devices? And how do you get answers?
Well, we are geeks, also known as propeller heads, thus our little silly signature hats here. And we are geeks who teach. I had a computer training center here in Fort Lauderdale from 83 to 96. He was also in computer training and support before I hired him to work for my company.
So I used to work for Chris.
And so we have been in computer training and support for a long time, and we still love it. Now it's pretty much smartphone training and support, and we make videos, we do these YouTube live shows, and everything is collected on our website at geeksontour.com.
Cool. All right, what's happening with the geeks?
Yeah, so what's the on tour about? We're going to be on tour again.
Real soon now. We have 21 days until we're on board the Villa V Odyssey, and and we're going to leave home here next week, a week from tomorrow. We're going to get in our van camper and we're going to leave this house and we're going to start up. We have a gig up in the Tampa area for a computer club
Sun
over
City
there.
Center. We'll see
And we'll
you
be doing a
next
live
week.
presentation with a live audience. That should be a lot of fun. And then we will be going on up to the Gainesville area where we'll leave the van. And then we're going to be going to Cartagena, Colombia, and what else?
So this is our last live stream from this location.
The studio will be gone. It's already changed some.
And one thing I want you to know is I've started a new page on our website called Cruising. So I'm going to show you this again. If you just go to geeksontour.com and instead of GP updates, you type cruising, or you can also click the little button on the home page that says cruising. And here you go, our life on a cruise ship. Anything you want to know about what we're doing, you can find on this page. Click the link here to see where the ship is right now. Click this link to see the map of our 3-year itinerary, or this link for the spreadsheet of the ship's full itinerary, or this link for a photo album. Want to rent a cabin for yourself? Here's the link for you. To see what blogs and YouTube videos are coming out from other people who are on board, there's that link. Now, here's a fun one. You can enter to win a 1-month free on board, and the way you enter is at these people's YouTube channel or this YouTube channel. And then here's a really fun one. We're actually in the newspaper here. And if you click that, you can read the article. We had a lot of fun talking to the reporter from our local News Sun Sentinel newspaper. We welcome you to check it out. So here is that, they call it the golden ticket. For free, for 2 people, 1 cabin on board the Villa V for 1 month. And you can pick the month. So take a look at that map that I have on the page and see what locations you might want to cruise through for a month. And it's for 2 people. It's really, and it's all inclusive, you know, just like a regular, any cruise. You get all the food and port fees and room cleaning and all that good stuff, and you get to join us.
We do want to thank our premium members. You make our work possible. I think I have a few of you here. Let's see if I can add you to the Melinda. Okay, Largo. Just got off the week from the Icon. That's a huge ship. Yeah, that would be cool.
Ours is a tiny ship compared to that.
Quite small. Olive, cousin, Bill, and Karen from the Willamette Valley of Oregon. I hope you're doing good out there. It's Christmas in March, April. I'm still paralyzed with concepts syncing up when I'm using a device that might cause stuff to be deleted. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Steven, South Texas. Mike Ungerman, frustrated and searching for photos albums. Search is going to change. Chris was talking to the Google Photos search person the other day.
Yeah.
She's going to fix it for you.
I'm really glad to hear that the search team, after adding the functionality of that ask button and seeing that some things are a little bit messed up, I was told that they were focusing on getting better search results. So hopefully your problems will go away soon.
Sugar Land, Texas, drying out. Okay.
Serious rain, huh?
Yeah, really.
We're having a thunderstorm here.
Yeah, Southern
now.
California, might rain. Yeah, we had some thunder earlier. I hope everything stays okay for us. Yeah, Laverne, she knows all about cruising the world.
Yeah, Laverne's already done this.
Changed several functions with the updates. Looking forward to helping finding out the way, blah, 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 how to way to do it.
You might want to browse through that GP updates page and see if anything jumps out at you.
Okay, Linda, Tech for Senior. Gonna be a great show. Debbie Diver.
Boa tarde.
Boa tarde. She's in Portugal. We'll stop by and see her sometime. Maybe she'll come on board one time. Hit that thumbs up. You're right. Hi from the Philly Burbs. Snow and sleet. Well, that's what you get for being in Christmas.
Colorado.
Right. Judy.
Got my time zones wrong. Well, you're here.
Yeah, it works. Murray, got an email from you too. Yeah. John.
Wow, look at all y'all.
Okay. Well, yeah.
One more.
One more. Two more.
Yeah.
Linda, Mead.
There. Okay.
All right.
And repeat.
We'll stop there and let's
All
keep
right.
on going.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to remind all our premium members about the Backstage Pass. It's an online Zoom meeting right after the show. Chris put a link in an email that she sent out earlier. Or you can go to the geeksontour.com website and go to the member login page, and that icon will be there to click.
And is that supposed to be green?
It's okay.
Okay. So, are you ready? Stress-free backup. Did you know? And was this pure coincidence or did I know? Tomorrow is World Backup Day. So lots of geeks all over the world are putting together presentations on backup. So, okay, we are too, but ours is specifically about Google Photos. That's our topic for today, backing up with Google Photos. So first, I always need to make sure people are on the same page with the terminology that I use. If something is in the cloud, and what's the cloud? It's just the internet. If something is in the cloud and you want it on your device in front of you, that's called download. If something is on your device and you want it in the cloud, that's called upload. I can't tell you how many people say that they want instructions as that a download to Google Photos. No, your Google Photos is in the cloud, so you're uploading, and I'm never sure if they just have the terminology wrong or they have the meaning anyway. Upload and download. The cloud is up, your devices are down. And why the cloud? Why do we need the cloud? Well, these devices can't hold everything. They're getting bigger and bigger. I almost bought a new phone with a terabyte. I think that's nuts. I ended up getting 512 gigabytes. But the cloud is unlimited. Yes, you might have to pay for more space, but you'll never run out if you're willing to pay. So that's why we use the cloud. It can store your entire life worth of photos. You can gather all the photos from your computer, gather all the photos from external hard drives, gather all the photos from your mobile devices, and they will collect all in the cloud. And Google will then arrange them in order by date. So Google Photos is a forever home in the cloud for your lifetime of photos. It's a wonderful thing. It really is. And it's different from the way Apple does it, for example. Apple's iCloud is a synchronization device amongst all your Apple devices. Google Photos is a place in the cloud that just collects everything, and once it's there, it doesn't matter what device it came from. So, storing your photos in the cloud. This is No Cloud Nick. He won't use the cloud. He manually copies photos. You know, going back to what we did in the early 2000s or in the 1990s, we had to copy photos from our camera to the computer and then use them on the computer. That's the way he likes to do it. He needs his computer in order to see his photos. Whereas Cloud Savvy Sue, she set up the automatic backup on her phones, and she takes most all her photos with her phones. Therefore, all her photos are in the cloud. She can view them at any time, on any device, anywhere, because she puts them in her Google account. Now, I hate to bring bad news here, but there's been a lot of fires lately. And if the house burns down, who still has their photo memories? No Cloud Nick or Cloud Savvy Sue? No Cloud Nick's computer and hard drives went up in flames as well, unless he physically stored them somewhere else, which you absolutely can, and he probably does. But when did he do that? Yesterday? Last month? Last year? So that's why you want to use cloud storage. And Google Photos backup is automatic on phones. All you have to do is install the app, turn on auto backup, and that's it. Whenever your phone is connected to Wi-Fi, it will copy your photos to the cloud. You will need to open the app occasionally to trigger the backup, and that's both on iPhone and on Android, but it seems more prevalent on iPhone. So for a demo here, what I want to do, I want to take a couple of pictures. So I'm going to take a picture with my Android, my Samsung Android phone. So Jim is, yeah. There, Jim is holding up a sign saying photo taken with Samsung. And I'll snap a photo. And yes, this was taken with my Samsung. Now I want to take another one with my iPhone. And photo taken with Apple iPhone. All right. Now I know this is a review for a lot of you, but I wanted to set the stage, give the background for everybody. Now what I want to do is go to my Google Photos on the web, and that is at photos.google.com. Or you can click on the little 9-dot grid over there and choose Google Photos as well. And looky what we have. There is the photo taken with Samsung, and we don't have the one with iPhone yet. There's two things that could be wrong. One, the iPhone might not be connected to Wi-Fi, or two, I need to open the app to trigger the backup. So let me show you that. And that's the wrong phone. There.
How many phones do you
How
have?
many phones do I have? That's the iPhone. And if I just tap on Google Photos, now you see the little arrow, and it is backing up to my account. So sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of the time, you do have to open the app to trigger the backup to start. Now, once it's started, you don't have to keep it open, but it will go faster if you do. All right, now back to my computer, and I need to refresh. And there's the picture taken with the iPhone. So that is automatic backup. No worries, stress-free, as long as you open the Google Photos app once in a while, and if you're using it, you should be opening it regularly. And that is the introduction. Now, what about photos on your computer? You may have bucket loads of photos on your computer in folders like these. So let me just demonstrate the manual way to upload. And I'm going to use another account for this. And if I go to Google Photos, now I have photos on my computer that I want in this account of Google Photos. You click the plus. It used to have the word upload there. Now it's just a plus. So you click the plus, you click import photos, and now it has opened your drive. You can go wherever you want in your drive and find the folder that has the photos you want. Then you have to select them. You know, you can't just select a whole folder here It won't work. It just opens the folder. Then you would select, whatever photos you want uploaded and click open. And they are uploading to this account. Now, I don't know what dates they were, so if I want to see them, I need to click on recently added. Then I will know that I am looking at the photos that were recently added. Right, those three right there. Okay, but there is now a new feature. And that new feature is an automatic upload. So we're going to use our imaginary friend Danny as an example. And I do want to show you his folder of photos on the computer. He's just in this PC, Drive C, Users, and Danny's Pictures. So here's a folder of photos labeled 1966 Alaska to Canada. There's photos in it. Fiji, 2006, lots of photos. Italy, just a few. So you get the idea. These are the photos on his computer that he wants to upload. And now it's time for video. So it's so much easier now than it used to be. You can upload automatically, video 915. The purpose of Google Photos is to collect all of your photos and videos in one place, and that is your Google account in the cloud. If you take all your photos with phones, then all you have to do is use the Google Photos app. You use the iOS app on your Apple iPhone and the Android app on your Android phone. You install the app, you turn on backup, and voila, every photo you take with your phone gets copied to the cloud in your Google account. But what if you also have lots of photos from years past on your computer, on the hard drive, or maybe even on an external hard drive or thumb drives? How do you get those up to the same place? You can do it manually, and that's fine if you only have a few folders. But if you have thousands, then you want it to be an automatic process. Up until now, you had to use a software called Google Drive for desktop, and it was kind of complicated. So I am just thrilled that there is a new feature now with Google Photos on the web where you do not need Drive for desktop. It's so easy. It's just called Backup Folder. I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and I'm going to show you how to use Backup Folder. In order to demonstrate this, I'm going to use a fake account. It's our imaginary friend, Danny Demo. So here I am at a web browser, Google Chrome, and I am signed in to Danny's account, and I go to Google Photos. So now I am looking at the cloud, at the Google Photos account in the cloud with all of Danny's photos. And he doesn't have very many. This is it. Just a few photos, scanning the years from 2019 back to 1997. I don't need to use any special software now. As long as I know what folder on my computer that the photos are in, all I have to do is click this plus and then choose Backup Folders. Now I have to find the folder. It's on this PC, my local C drive, but as I say, this could be on an external drive, anything that you have access to on your computer. Users, and Danny's Pictures. So actually, I don't even need to go down into it. I just leave it at Danny's Pictures and select folder. Now I have to give it permission to view the files. And that's all there is to it. It's starting to back up all of the subfolders beneath Danny's Pictures. So all you have to do is put photos in that folder and they will get automatically backed up to your Google Photos. There weren't that many. It says 134 items. Let's take a look. Here's some pictures from Italy. So there was an Italy folder, Alaska, and Fiji. So all of these were automatically uploaded. Now I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to go back out to the folders and show you Danny's photos, Danny's pictures, and here were the folders that got uploaded. Now, there's another folder that wasn't inside that of wedding photos. All I have to do is drag wedding photos into Danny's pictures folder, and now when I go back to Google Photos, those will be uploading as well. And that's all you have to do. The photos that were in the wedding folder that you just added to Danny's pictures folder were automatically uploaded. From now on, anything that you put into that folder gets automatically uploaded to your Google Photos. However, there is one thing though that you should know. There were several folders within Danny's photos, right? It does not maintain that folder structure. There are no folders in Google Photos, and it did not automatically make albums. If I click on albums, we only have 3 albums: National Parks, Chris and Jim, and episode 265. There is no wedding album, there is no Fiji album, etc. There is another video that will show you how to do that. I'm referring to Geeks on Tour tutorial video number 710. Will show you how to make folders and turn them into albums in Google Photos. But I hope you agree that this is a wonderfully easy way to get photos from your computer to your Google Photos so that all of your photos are in one place. And we will be showing that video at the end of the show today, the one about folders to albums.
We will?
Yep.
Cool.
710.
Had to struggle to find my shared albums just recently. You're not alone.
Well, I wonder, I just need to show you something based on that. If on the web, and this exists on the phones too, just easier to see on the web. If on the web you click on albums, notice there's my albums and then there is shared with me. So if you're talking about albums that were shared with you, then they're pretty easy to find. If that's your albums that you shared, they will be in the my albums.
In the mess of that.
Yeah.
Linda says, mine says can't back up one folder, which was my pictures on the computer. My pictures on the computer?
Can't back up. And that's all it said? It didn't give a reason? Could it be that your account is out of space? I don't know, but I know that you're a member, so you know how to contact me and you can figure it out.
Okay, what else there? I have a MacBook with an Android phone. Any way to sync photos? I pay for 2 storage systems.
Sync photos? You mean you want the photos on your Android phone to be physically on your MacBook? No, because, well, I mean, there might be a way. I'm sure there's a way. But the Apple iCloud will not work on Android. And the Google Photos absolutely will. But your photos will be in the cloud and be visible from your computer, but will not actually be on your computer's hard drive.
Okay. What are the differences between Google and Amazon photo backup? I know Amazon only allows so many videos.
We actually did a whole one of these shows about Amazon Photos versus Google Photos. I think Google Photos is better, but if you have an Amazon Prime account, then you are already paying for unlimited photo storage and 5 gigabytes of video storage. But Google Photos has better features for managing your photos. But Amazon isn't bad. I would give it the number 2 slot.
Okay, Laverne is saying the search has just been so confusing after the last change. I hope the next change makes it easier again.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, somebody else was down here. Let's see. Not maintaining my folders as albums in G. Okay.
Yeah, it won't. Albums have to be manually managed by you, but we will have a video that at least will show you how it can help.
Okay, did the backup folders add to your storage allotment that you have?
Yes, if you are backing them up, meaning they're uploaded to the cloud, then they go against your storage allotment, absolutely.
Can this upload Dropbox folders at all?
Yes, yeah, well, depends on how you have Dropbox configured. But the way we have Dropbox configured is it is on our local hard drive and syncing to the Dropbox cloud. So meaning those photos are on our hard drive, so Google Photos can be watching that folder and automatically backing them up.
Mike Ungerman's going to wait for the discussion where the folders need to be updated. All right.
That will be before we finish today.
If your Dropbox is also on the hard drive, not just in the cloud, you can upload folders that way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Great, thanks. And Michael, boy, my pictures might be a default folder, but like downloads and documents. My pictures.
Good
folder.
idea. If my pictures, it might be a OneDrive folder and the photos aren't actually on your hard drive. That might be why you're getting a cannot upload this folder, because the photos aren't actually there. They're in another cloud by Microsoft. Oh man, it can get confusing.
Yeah, you think?
All right, so the next one is about undoing device backup. This is a new feature, and I think you should know about it. Video 916. I want you to know about a new feature in Google Photos called Undo Device Backup. Now, this is not a feature that you're going to use very often, if at all, but if you worry about your Google account getting full and you don't want to pay for more, this will ease your worries that you can do an undo device backup. So the point is, you've backed up from your phone to a Google account in the cloud. Change your mind? I mean, I say it's because your account's getting full, but there could be other reasons. You can now undo that backup. So what am I talking about? Backup means a copy sent from the phone to the cloud in your Google account. Let's say you have 3,000 photos on your phone and you complete your Google Photos backup. You now have 3,000 photos in your Google account. Let's estimate that they take up 10 gigabytes of storage space. You only get 15 for free, and that covers Google Photos, Gmail, and Google Drive. So if you fill that up, you won't be able to use Gmail either. When this has happened in the past, people start deleting their photos from the cloud, and that is a can of worms, because generally when you delete, you're deleting both the cloud copy and the phone copy. Also, you might be deleting photos that went up there when it was free unlimited storage, and deleting them makes no difference in your account. So that's where this new feature comes in. Those 3,000 photos on your phone, you back them up, you now have 3,000 photos in the cloud in your Google account. You still have the same 3,000 photos on your phone. If you use Undo Device Backup, it will see those 3,000 and remove them from the cloud. So now that you have the concept, let's actually look at an account. I'm going to use our imaginary friend Alan, and he has been backing up his phone, and I go to his Google account, photos.google account, on a web browser, and I see this message: almost out of storage, 98% used. If you run out, you can't back up your photos or send and receive in Gmail, unlock storage discount, or manage storage. So I would say just pay for more. It's only $20 a year for 100 gigabytes. But let's say Alan doesn't care that much about his phone photos. They are not precious to him. He takes his good photos with a real camera and puts them on his computer. So now we're going to go look at his Google account on the phone. Google Photos, this is Alan's account that we're looking at, and he turned off backup because he saw this message getting full. He said, oh no, I got to turn off backup. I want to turn it back on just for you to see what it looks like. Turn on backup. There's an up arrow and the line is going around his icon. And it's saying backing up 252 items left, and you can see this number of the storage space being used going up and up and up. So where is that undo device backup? It's under Photos Settings, Backup, and it's down at the bottom. Undo backup for this device. Delete all backed up photos from this device in Google Photos without deleting anything from your device. I'm going to tap that. Before you continue, review. You will undo backup for this account. Any photos on your device won't be deleted. All photos currently on this device will be removed from Google Photos. These all photos will also be removed from albums, shared albums, search results, and memory. That's an important one to know. You're deleting these photos from your Google account means anything you did with them in your Google account, they will be deleted from as well. Photos and videos in locked folder will also be included. Backup will be turned off automatically when you delete. You have to click that you understand all that, then delete Google Photos backup. And it's working. Okay, so it's done. That did not take long. Let's look. 5 gigabytes used out of 15 gigabytes. That's great. And I can check it on the web version as well. And now this still says almost out of storage, but I just have to refresh. And now that message is gone. My 2,000 photos are no longer available in here, but they're still on the phone. That is undo device backup.
Okay.
So that is one of the newest features in Google Photos, and I think some people might be confused by it, so I wanted to do that detailed. And I did that video on the Android. It's supposed to work the same on the iPhone, but yesterday when I looked on the iPhone, that it wasn't there at all. So I don't know what's going on, but I assume it will be back. I don't plan to ever use that feature, but if you do want to recover all your storage, then this is the way to do it. Not by deleting photos and accidentally deleting them from your phone as well as the cloud. Okay. I do have place for questions again later, but let's do one more because I know you've been anxiously awaiting this one. This is okay, if you have folders on your computer and you want them in Google Photos, but you want them organized in Google Photos, you use albums. And here is how you can do that semi-automatically. Video 710. Hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and in this tutorial video I'm going to show you how you can take a folder of photos from your computer, upload them to your Google Photos account, and make an album that corresponds to the folder. Believe it or not, you can even do this after you have already uploaded all of your photos. Let me show you what I mean. First, let me show you Alice's Google Photos. So we are at photos.google.com, and this is Alice's account. The most recent photos she has is from 2020. Then there are plenty of photos here, a few thousand, and we go all the way to the bottom. The oldest photos are 2000, from January 1, 2000, and there are no albums. So that just gives you the idea of what's going on. On this computer, Alice has some photos that she wants in her Google account, and she has already put them into folders. So this folder has several pictures from 1966 Alaska, Canada. Let's put those in Google Photos and make an album called 1966 Alaska, Canada. How do we do that? It's very easy to just drag and drop. The most important thing is to get your windows arranged so that you can see them right. So here is her Google Photos. I'm going to put her Google Photos full screen. Then I'm going to get her folder of photos that she wants uploaded and just put that on top. Now all you have to do is drag and drop. Just drag the folder over, drop it off, and it starts uploading the contents of that folder. There were just 11 pictures, so it didn't take long. It said it couldn't upload one item. You can view that, but it's always something that it was just not a picture. That was a DB file in that folder. So that's fine. We continue. Now here's the key part. Since I uploaded it manually, when it finishes, it gives me the option to add to album. You click add to album, you make new album, and you give it a name and click the check mark to save it. So we now have an album, but these photos are stored in the library. Let me explain. If I go back out to the main library, the album is just a convenient way to look at these pictures all grouped together, but they are actually stored in the library. I can scroll down to 1966 and see all those photos in Alice's Google Photos library. Let's do another one. I'm going to try to just drag 1998 over, and nothing happened. Why is that? Because 1998 doesn't actually have photos in it. 1998 has other folders with photos. So that's one of the points. You have to be dragging and dropping a folder with photos in it. So let's drag over Christmas and drop it off. 38 pictures in that one. Yes, I'll make an album. New album. Now you can see this is a fairly time-consuming process. So here's one way to speed it up. You don't have to wait for them to get uploaded. I can drag, and I know that Turkey Wedding and Wedding Party all have photos in them. So I can just drag Turkey over. I can drag Wedding over. I mean, I don't have to wait for the one to finish before doing the next one. Now when it asks me to add to an album, I'm not positive I know which they are, so you better be familiar with your photos. I can tell that this one is the wedding party. So I add to album and check mark. But now what's wrong? It didn't ask me about making an album out of the wedding or the turkey folders because I continued right on uploading the next one, and it only asked me about the last one. Well, the photos from Turkey and Wedding did get uploaded, and then 1999 is the Turkey pictures. So they all got uploaded, but it didn't stop to ask me about an album. Watch this. I can go back and redo it. I can say, upload the turkey pictures. Now, it'll look like it's doing it, but you'll notice that it goes a lot faster than the first time because it recognizes right away that, hey, these photos are already uploaded. I don't need to spend time to upload them, but at the end it does offer to add them to an album. I'll do the same thing with the wedding. Basically, I'm pretending to upload them again, but it doesn't. It does not make duplicates. I'm doing it just to get that offer of making an album. So now I uploaded 5 different folders from this computer, and there are now 5 different albums corresponding to the folders.
Good.
But to, I think it was Mike's comment, if you add new photos to those folders on your computer, they do not get added to the album. This is a one-shot process. I mean, it helps, but it's not an end-all.
With several old external drives with backup pictures, will Google Photos skip uploading duplicates?
Well, as you saw in that video, yes, but what is a duplicate?
If it looks like the same picture, it might not be the same picture.
All it takes is a tiny bit of a different crop or a brighten it and then save to make one photo different from another photo. So Google Photos will not, even if you want it to, which I uploaded a bunch of photos and then I deleted them all and I tried to re-upload them and it would not do it. There was no way after I deleted and I emptied the trash, it would not upload the same pictures again. But it doesn't take much to make it a different picture.
I want to share my Google account with my spouse so she can store photos on the same account.
I highly advise against that. There's this thing called partner sharing, which you can each have your own account, but all your photos are shared with each other. There's just a lot of unintended consequences when you share an account. For example, Gmail is part of the same account. So if she's logged into your account, she's not going to get her email, or she's going to get your email. It's just a mess. I really advise against it. Look up how to use the partner sharing system.
All right, let's see. I think that's it. Andrea likes the detail. Judith, what about the photo sticks by Omni for backups? Good, bad? We did a show on those.
Yeah, we did. We did we reviewed photo sticks at a few years ago, so I don't know how valid it is now. They're a great option for an extra backup. Google Photos I use as a working copy. So I might accidentally delete things from Google Photos. I hope I have another backup somewhere. Those photo sticks are a great way. But make sure to read all the instructions, because I remember some features that didn't seem logical to me about how they worked. So.
All right, Michael, just to verify on the previous folder auto download, the dates do not come along with it. Is that correct? The dates?
Auto download. I think you're talking about last, episode 297 we did it on, or last week. Yes, the original dates. I think what you're talking about is when you download photos from Google Photos to your computer, what date does it have on it? It will have the original date stamped by the camera that took the photo. If you change the date, using the Google Photos feature to change the date, which I love, that will not be reflected in your downloaded copy. It will get the original date.
If you wanted to use the backup folder with a folder album, after you created the album, turn on backup folder for the original folder so you can add more photos locally?
I think I understand what you're asking. I mean, yes, you can add more photos to that backup folder, but they will not, and they will be automatically uploaded to your Google Photos, but they will not be automatically put into the album. Sorry. It doesn't maintain any kind of a link there. We done with questions?
It looks like it. That's the last one here.
Okay.
That's why I changed the scene so we could go to the next one.
All right.
Backstage Pass is a meeting. It's by Zoom right after this. It's right after this show. You get a link from an email that Chris sent out to all of our members, or you can go to our website, geeksontour.com, and the member login page, and you will get there, okay? Sign up for our free newsletters. You can click on that QR code right there, geeksontour.com/news. Just sign up. It's free. We won't abuse your email address.
And now I am writing posts specifically about our journey to living on a cruise ship. And if you subscribe to the newsletter, you will get those. I'm going to learn how to give you the option to opt out if you don't want those, but that's what's happening now.
Okay. Click on those buttons, click on the bell, give us a thumbs up, do all those things that, we like to have that stuff, okay? It helps, so they say.
Yeah, when we were interviewed for the newspaper, they were kind of impressed with our YouTube channel. That was cool, and that's because of you guys. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. We're going to be on a radio show tomorrow morning too, so that should be fun.
A local South Florida
radio show. Some of you might know Paul Castronova, and anyway, keep going. Any more questions?
I saw one more come in.
Did you? Okay, Robert. If you upload a pic from a PC, then make changes on the PC copy with Picasa, will the uploaded version in Google Photos also be changed? He spelled Picasa wrong.
It definitely will not be changed because your computer is not a synced device with Google Photos Cloud. No. Now, if it may upload it again as a different picture, but I'm not even sure of that. I don't think so. And Picasa is no longer connected to the cloud, no. But if he saved it, if he used Picasa to edit it,
saved it in
the folder that Google Photos is watching as the backup folder, if it sees it as a new photo, it will get uploaded.
Okay. Keep going.
And I tell people that Google Photos is so simple.
Yeah, well, Mike tends to say too many workarounds for folders and albums, and he preferred the Picasa's photo manager, but that was just on the computer.
Right.
It did for a while have a upload capacity to the cloud, but long gone.
Yeah, I loved Picasa, but now I do everything with my phone.
That was the first book she wrote.
Yeah, and Google could not, they had to start from scratch to write software that worked on phone and cloud. They couldn't just port Picasa over.
So you had Danny's backup photos automatically put into Google Photos? Do the original dates go along with it?
Yes, the original dates go along with it.
Okay, now, well, did you learn something? I hope you did. To see a list of changes to Google Photos, go to A, photos.google.changes, B, Google Help, or C, geeksontour.com/GP updates.
It kind of made that one obvious, didn't it, by making it a link. Yes, geeksontour.com/GP updates is where I maintain a list of all the changes I know about.
Isn't that nice? Okay, Google Photos will automatically back up your phone's photos if 1, backup is on, 2, your phone is connected to Wi-Fi, and 3, the app is opened, B, you click OK, C, you upload, the app is installed. What kind of question is that?
A difficult one to put together. But so I'm saying there's 3 things that need to be in place for Google Photos to automatically back up your phone. Backup is on, your phone is connected to Wi-Fi. What's the third? A, the app is opened. At some point soon, the app is opened.
Okay. If your Google storage is full, you can pay for more storage, or A, delete photos, B, undo device backup, or C, move photos to the computer.
B, undo device backup. Delete photos, you're going to get into a mess. Undo device backup is the way to do that.
Great. The 2 backup photo sizes are original and storage saver. If you choose storage saver, A, you get unlimited storage, B, photos use less space, or C, you pay less per gigabyte.
B, photos use less space. It used to be
Unlimited
before
storage.
June 2021 that you got unlimited storage for free, but no more. But I still do recommend Storage Saver because they take up about roughly half the space as original.
And you can't tell the difference for most
For
things.
snapshots, no. I mean, unless you're a professional photographer.
And yeah, true or false, when you upload folders of photos from your computer, they automatically become albums in Google Photos.
False. It's not too difficult to manually do it yourself, but it's false.
Okay. All right, reminding everybody about the Backstage Pass, the online Zoom meeting. We have a couple of things here that has been working on something, our clone. Oh, sure, that should be pretty simple.
If I think Google Photos is complex, I have a feeling that our clone is even more. But
If it does, use... Okay.
and yeah, Google Photos is not a drive.
Nope. Okay. Move the button. What's the webpage? It lists all of our YouTube shows, Chris.
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is YouTube shows. We now have 2. What does this button do today? And Fun with Photos every other week.
Cool. And the webpage lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com, the menu item is blogs and news. You'll find a newsletter archive under there.
Okay, why do people pay nearly $60 a year to join Geeks on Tour?
Because they like us.
And we
And
we like them.
And they like to support us. But we will give special benefits, asking us
benefits.
questions in the Q&A, the Backstage Pass, private Zoom meetings with our members, access to hundreds of Show Me videos and ebooks and classes and written notes to these button shows. And yeah, lots of people just give us money to say thank you for all we do for free. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, become a member, $58 for a recurring membership or $68 for 1 year non-recurring. And you can go to geeksontour.com/join now and go there today.
Just notice the green.
You just noticed the green. I put it back.
No, what I'm saying, noticing that it's gone again.
It's gone. Where'd it
Yeah,
go?
it's gone again.
Why'd that happen?
I don't know, but
I think you did something
I like
it.
to point these things out too.
Yeah, well. Is there any green there? Yeah,
No.
I guess there is.
Oh, yeah, things that are black in there.
Yeah. Okay, see you next time. Maybe I'll fix it for the next time. She'll remind me, maybe.
Well, we're not going to have much of a green screen next time.
We'll see.
We'll be in the camper. And then in the ship, he's brought a green sheet that he plans to hang from the ceiling.
We'll see.
We're gonna have fun.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what we do, won't it?
All
right,
well,
let's get out of here. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. What a wonderful man you are.
And we'll see our members in a backstage pass.
Right after the show. See you soon.
About 5 minutes.
I think I have an outro here. Bye-bye. Hang in there.